And I'm on a dog walk with Chong, so I figure I'd do stream. And I guess maybe we'll talk about medical marijuana and and all this stuff because I live in Ohio. Okay, Chong, we gotta go over this way. Okay, anyways, since I live in Ohio, medical marijuana prohibition has gotten to be a hot topic. So I figure maybe we'll talk about that while I'm on this dog walk. And honestly, they're discussing the THC levels. It's going to be less. Yeah, me and Chong had to go on a road to nowhere here because of too many small dogs. But here in Ohio, they're going to be taxing it more. So I guess you could say that it's the medical stuff they're thinking about really not doing any taxes. And they used to have where, the application fee and all that, and I think it's 1 penny now. So, but it's gonna have less THC though, unless you're medical. Oh geez, Sean, come on! I swear to my dog at times, he just has a mind of his own. But yeah, the THC is gonna eventually. They have dispensaries and stuff, and I have my medical marijuana card, so I'm not too worried about it. But you're almost better, honestly, having your medical marijuana card, I guess, because they just literally, I don't see any good or upside to this. I mean, it will bring a lot of revenue and stuff, and they have they're trying to see about DUIs, because now they're going to have to see if you're under the influence of that driving. So there's just a lot of hot prohibition going on where I live. So it's going. Let's just put it that way. But it's getting there, but little by little. And I honestly did believe we'd be the last person in the state, or one of the last, to get where marijuana was legal for recreation. And even now, people are they still argue about it. Certain suburbs don't want it. They don't want you smoking in the sidewalk. In Ohio, they care. Sometimes they care a little bit too much, so. Once I finish getting through these different houses, I'm going to turn the camera over to try to get some wildlife. As I took a back roads because of all the little dogs and stuff going on. So, because I don't like to have to deal with all the little dogs. Sometimes it's not a good, happy thing. Chong doesn't bark at them, they bark at him. And all those dog owners say is they're sorry. Which they probably are. Alright, Chong. You gotta stay right here so we can get through this patch of grass. Okay. Okay. There we go. I was trying to get somewhere interesting so I could do nature blogs. I haven't been over this way for a little bit. When I was doing just traditional blogging, I'd come over and do little blogs over here. And sometimes I'd see some big birds. So I'm hoping to see some big birds. There's usually something going on over this way. It looks like they mowed a lot of grass. So I'm happy about that. And I am going to do, probably when I get home, charge my phone up a little bit after this. I'm probably going to do a terror stream. So I plan to do one of those today. They seem to go through good. Alright, I think I'm going to go in this one little wooded area. Over through the side. I wanted to blog in here because sometimes I could find things. Sometimes it's not so bad finding things this way. Alright, Chong. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera over now and see what we can find. Alright, Chong, come on! Alright. Alright, here we go. We're at this nice little forest area where I'm at. Alright, he's here. I don't know what the heck he's sniffing, but he hasn't been here for a minute. I didn't want to have to deal with going to the metro parks. But we have little places you can go besides the metro parks. So, and they're very interesting little places. But this is what me and Chong do. This is what my day's consumed of. I'm not out there doing any kind of drugs or anything. I'm just literally hanging out with my dog. I do this all day, every day. Would you stop eating that grass, Chong? Oh, we only been here 8 minutes. I know, it's amazing how you think you've been gone a half an hour and you really have not been gone a half an hour. I find it amazing that this is like this. But this does remind me of the story of the disgruntled fairy. There was once a disgruntled fairy. She lived in woods, I guess, sort of kind of like this. And people came in with all their stuff and their building things and such and things like that. And this disgruntled fairy, she decided she was going to get her way. So anyways, while she like built her little hut and stuff. Alright, Chong, no, out. I don't want you doing all that. We need to take a bath when you get home. This is how we get fleas. Anyways, she built her hut and little things. No, Chong. I said no. I said no, Chong. I said no. Anyways, she built her huts and stuff, and she warned the people to leave her land alone. And of course, people, as they are, they don't listen. So anyways, in a nice little forest like this, she did a death curse. Anybody that would bother her land or go near her land, they would literally have one person die that they truly loved. So she told them, she goes, "You come in, that's it." So there was once so a guy came through and he was chopping down all the trees and just little things like that. It upset her. She followed him home. She found out that he truly loved his wife. So she decided that she going to take his wife out one way or another, and he wasn't going to be with his wife. So she followed him home a couple times, and she put a spell on his wife that she didn't want to kill her, but she was going to make sure he wished he was dead. So she made her fall in love with another man. This just about killed him, literally. He was devastated. So he was taking, a couple trees down from the forest and everything. And she said, "Well, if you'd like to be with your wife again, I found her nice enough to not want to kill her. But but all the same, I decided maybe your death should be." So he decided to negotiate with her. He decided in his state, because he knew something was going wrong in his house. He goes, "Fine, I'll see if we can go somewhere else." So that part of the forest for a long time was gone until war started. And he ended up getting back with his wife, and he never went step foot back there, and his wife forgot about the other guy. She didn't know what happened. So war started. Soldiers came through. So she decided, they went in one by one, taking things they needed, and that was it. So the people from the land, they would come and go, and they found people that they loved. And the people they loved left the land and went to the other side. And those people ended up becoming soldiers. And they killed the people that took the enemies one by one. And it was the people that they loved that killed them. Because she stayed true to her curse. They were rude, they were mean, they didn't care about anybody. So always respect the land that you're at. You don't know what kind of meaning it has or what may have lived there. So I'd like to call that one the disgruntled fairy. Fairies can be very nice, but they can be very dark also. That's the thing with fairies. You gotta watch them. And if you listen to mystics a long, long time ago, they used to be alive, fairies. And they went away because a different realm came. But as the different realm came, they didn't forget about the other realm. This was something that just kind of got passed through, and then eventually went to Ireland, and then you had fairy mounds and a lot of different things. And all through history, there's been some kind of fairy activity. And this is true facts. In Scotland, there's always been some kind of that, and they call them superstitious people, this and that. Are they really superstitious, or is this just the way it is? I mean, sometimes you gotta have collective thoughts, so. That's what you never know what superstitious stuff means or if it just means just warnings against things. Sometimes some superstitions are put there because humans wanted people to leave lands because it was dangerous to be around. So you never know what's real or not real when it comes to urban legends. Urban legends have always fascinated me. I like them. I like them because they're part of history. And history is very important and it's pivotal. I believe without history we would be lost. And I know I've lived at other times, but if I had to live without knowing about history, I think my soul would have been sad. Because I love history. I love war history. I love all kinds of history. All right, Chong, we're not eating that. We're not eating it. No. No, Chong. You are not inhaling a branch, okay? It's not good to eat that. We're going to start walking back home, all right? So I can start my other stream, if that's okay with you, Chong. But Fae folks all through history have had different stories. And it's usually because they pose as warnings. And there's nothing wrong with having a warning about something. Alright, Chong, what are you doing? Alright, I'm just going to turn this around here while we finish out this area. Alright, Chong, stop. Alright, well, this is okay. We'll just do it this way. Come on. But like I said, through history, Fae folks have always done this. And stuff of mystical reasons usually has some kind of a reason for human interest. Like the Nazis, they were trying to get the Ark of the Covenant. They really were. Because the Ark of the Covenant doesn't have to mean it's anything of Jesus' descent. It could have been a secret treasure. And then back then, if you said it was religious and everything, people would literally people will guard it with their life if it has any kind of religious affirmation. So, alright, Chong, I don't like this. Stay right here. Come on. I want you right here, Chong. When you get too close to the street, I don't like when he is. Okay, you stay over there. You'll have to be in the tall grass for a minute. Now we'll get on this little sidewalk. Alright. But yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about history because history is so wonderful. Just like King Megaladesh. I mean, he was a real person in history, and he was a real king. And the thing is this king, he had so much folklore. He had legends. He had just so much stuff. And then there's Count Dracula. He was an actual royalty. But, he had stories that floated that he drank blood. And he became what the modern ages call Dracula. But these are the things history gives you. Because history is good and bad all at the same time, but it teaches us something. And for us to be taught a lesson is not always a bad thing. I believe that there's nothing wrong with learning a lesson because Lessons are good. How would we know how to do things if we weren't taught a lesson? As we advanced, as we came along. I mean, this is what we do. And this is how we evolve as a species. We learn from one another. We learn from our forefathers. I mean, this is literally what we do. All right, Chong, I didn't. You came all the way over here to eat leaves. No. Come on. Just come over and do your business, Chong. See, I have to get this stream done, or he bothers me. So I try to go over another way. But like I said, history is the best. I think they have the best stories. I really do. To me, history just pounds it right there. It makes everything just perfect. And there's nothing more perfect than a perfect historical story. I mean, God, just like in North America, the Masons, they have such a colorful history. It's amazing how the Freemasons have so much history. And they're right under our nose, all these stories. Every single one of them. And it's right there. And they have them for everything. The ancient Aztecs, you could look at any book and you could just see the people that lived and everything that happened. And to me, oh my gosh, the heck, a bug falling right up on me. Ugh, thank God I didn't go in my eyeball. But like I said, it's a very colorful history. We all have colorful histories. The story of us is probably one of the most profound and most unique stories of all creation. It really is. I mean, I love books. I do. That's why I love books. I love history. I love to know the history of mankind. I love it all. And I can vibe with all of it. I really can. Alright, Chong, we're gonna go this way now. Hopefully I can get across the street when I get up here. But I don't know if there's any history geeks around here. And maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know. It would be awesome if there was, because I'm a nerd. I am literally just one big nerd. I enjoy history. I enjoy a lot of stuff. I enjoy math. I love math. Math is my absolute favorite. I do like chemistry. I do love that. Foreign language, not so much. It's hard for me to pronounce it. It's hard for me. I guess there's a lot of things that's hard for me to pronounce. But English, love it. I love anything with a book. I think books are the bomb. I really do love them. I mean, I do have a lot of books I have acquired that are old. I have some 100-year-old books. And certain ones I like. They're in good condition. I mean, when I do die, I don't know who's ever going to get them, but I do have them. So, I'm hoping that somebody gets them that appreciates them when I'm dead, but I do have them because I do try to. I try to respect history and books and the written word because I believe that the written word in books and research. Oh, okay. Make sure I had my vape. Oh my god! I swear the traffic around here. Trying to get across a street. I could just sit here and sit here. I literally will probably get a 40-minute stream in trying to get across the street just from his potty break. Because I can't exactly cross the street with him because they just will not stop. They won't. And you would think in the suburbs they would, but they don't. They just keep going and then they wonder what's wrong with you. And now I got a biker. I can't even get on this little sidewalk because he's there and there's not enough room for two people to walk on this sidewalk. So I gotta wait for him too now. But this is what happens when me and Chong try to do anything. Now we got a million cars coming again waiting for one biker. So I guess we could go and talk about the Aztecs since I can't. Hey! Chong! I'm right here. Get over here. Yeah, he really hates those trucks. Alright, this guy I think is turning. Alright, come on, let's get across the street. Alright. Dear God. We finally made it across the street. And this is where things always get ugly all the time. Trying to cross the street. But at least I'll be done with this stream and I can go and charge my phone up and I can do another stream. But the Aztecs, I don't know, I think they're one of my favorites. I know that they had human sacrifices, but in their defense, a lot of people have. They were just a little bit, I guess, I don't know, they were more forthcoming with their beliefs. But there was a lot of people through history that sacrificed humans. They really did. There was really no devil. It was only when Christianity came. So a lot of times, a lot of people would do that, and sometimes it's the unspoken parts of history that people forget. But we've come a long way. We don't sacrifice humans. There's always been slavery. In ancient times, in biblical times, it was the Jewish people that were enslaved. Because Jesus was Jewish and the Egyptians were on top. So they used them for work for the pyramids. But all through history, people have been enslaved. There's been human trafficking for as long as time rolls on. It really has. I mean, in recorded history. I'm sure the cavemen, they probably were a little more barbaric, but they probably had some form of human trafficking also. But I guess what makes human trafficking so bad, I believe it takes away a part of our humanity to be able to do something like this. And I just don't think it's a good practice because I really believe it does piece away at your humanity a little. And it's not good to have your humanity, just taken away little by little. Because everything you do in a negative way comes back. Doesn't matter why you do it or how you did it. It comes back and you pay for would you stop, Chong? I want use of my hand. Ugh, jeez. Anyways, everything you do does come back onto you. And that is absolutely true. So, I do believe that, and a lot of people do. There's karma, there was... Alright, can we move away from the spot? There's karma, there's all kinds of words for one thing. There really is. But it's all energy reversal, however you want to say it. And it doesn't have to be like this. Just recorded history lets us know what was good and bad of what we done. So, I don't agree with the hostile practices, but in times of war, things happen. And people have to fight to protect themselves. But not everybody does evil acts like other people. They just try to protect themselves. It just depends, I guess, the country and their politics. So, I think I spot a squirrel. I don't want to bring Chong too close to the squirrel because he literally goes apeshit. Every single time goes apeshit. Alright, I'm going to turn this over. Alright. Here he is. Here's the squirrel. And Chong really hates these things. There he goes. Here's the squirrel. And here's Mr. Chong. I really think he would love to be up this tree. Chong, you just can't, okay? Here's the squirrel way up there. This is an exciting event. And then here's him trying to jump up the tree now. And then here's this guy up here. Now he's shaking his tail. He really hates Chong, this squirrel. I think the squirrel knows Chong. And here's him. I don't know how he thinks he's getting on top of this tree. Alright, are we done? Alright, Mr. Squirrel, we're gonna leave. Chong, stop. Well, here's Mr. Squirrel going up. Well, this was exciting. Alright, Chong, can we go inside now? I would like to do other stuff besides this. Is that possible? Alright. Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to turn this over again. Alright, we're getting close to the doorstep. So, I'm going to go ahead and charge my phone and I will be back on again for the tarot readings, and I did sleep. I slept pretty good, so I should be okay. Right, Chong? Come on. Would you come on? I wanted to wipe my eye. Oh. Okay. Let's go. Alright, well, I'm going to end the stream now, and I will be back on later. And I will talk to you guys probably in about an hour. And I hope everybody is having a great day.